In this video, I'm going to show you how to make this modern style platform bed for about $50. So I've decided to start tackling my 1-year-old daughter Everly's bedroom, and the first project was I needed to get her mattress off the floor. We found a bed that was about $500 online, and I thought, you know, I could make her a version of that that is very specific to our needs, that is the exact finish that we want for about 90% off. I just use off-the-shelf materials. I needed 4 2x6s that are 8 feet long, a 2x4, 2 2x2s. I used a wood dowel for the legs. For the slats, I used 1x3s. To build this bed, just follow the plans and make all of your cuts. The best way to cut is a miter saw. And then once I had all of my boards cut, I decided to go ahead and pre-stain the 2x6s that are kind of the wrap of the bed. That's what's visible. As you know in the intro, I later on went ahead and painted over it because I felt it worked better for my daughter's room. But definitely pre-finishing is going to give you a better finish, and it's going to allow you to do the work in smaller pieces, because a bed can get pretty big and it can get, you know, pretty cumbersome to kind of move around and finish in a garage. So definitely, if you can, pre-finish and put clear coat on if you're pulling it before. So once all the pieces were dried, I'm going to use a Kreg jig to put this entire bed together because everything's hidden and it's a very nice sturdy joint. I just have it all set on the 1.5" setting, and then I'm drilling out for 2.5" pocket hole screws, which I'll use later. Okay, so these are the side rails of the bed, and I need to put a cleat on the inside of them to kind of support the mattress slats. So I'm using these 2.5" long screws, which are available at any big box store. They're self-tapping, so they drive really easily. The main thing is just to make sure that 2x2 is straight all the way down. And then you'll want to do 2 of those, 1 for each side of the bed. Okay, so that's pretty much the basic box of the bed, but now I'm going to start working on those legs. So I did this bed a little bit different. We're going to put some angle supports at the corners, and this is going to do 2 things. It's going to help keep the bed square and solid, and it's going to give me something to attach these legs to, where the legs are kind of inset on the bed, giving it that modern look. So I just used the 2x6 scraps and cut 4 of these little corner braces. And I'm going to attach them with pocket holes like everything else, just so the fastener heads aren't visible. Now, one thing I want to say is if you are painting, you could definitely just screw these on with those 2.5" or longer screws, and then just fill the screw hole with wood filler and paint over it, and you wouldn't know. But this way hides everything, and it's actually a very strong joint that's easy to put together. So I'm doing it this way. One down, 3 to go. All right, so now I am going to go ahead and attach the legs to those cross supports first. So I used a stop block because I want all of my legs to be exactly the same length. I don't want like 3 legs to be the same length and one to be a little shorter, because then the bed might not sit flat. So that helps me get just perfect accuracy. Now I'm just marking the center of those cross supports where I want the leg to be attached, and I'm going to go ahead and drill right into there for the screw hole. So if you notice, I am drilling from the pocket hole side downward. And this is me trying to get to the very center of the wood. Pretty good, not perfect. Somebody's going to say something. But if you notice, the screw starts on the side without the pocket holes, and it comes out the side I drilled. Because I wasn't using a drill press, there's no possible way that I could guarantee those screws were going through the wood straight. So this guarantees that the leg is right in the center of that cross support. All right, now in the room, the fun part to assemble it all. So just carried all that up to the 3rd floor from the basement. But definitely easier to carry it up in pieces than it would be to carry it up by myself as a completed bed. So those pocket holes that I drilled earlier, and the cleats are all on there, and the bed is upside down right now. This is the really nice thing about the pocket holes is, see, it's all hidden and it's all finished. You don't have anything to hide. Okay, so now for the legs, I'm just gonna set them right on top of the 2x2 cleats. So the way that the weight is gonna transfer on this bed is it's gonna go directly from the leg into the cross support and then into that 2x2 cleat, which supports the mattress. So it's a really solid way of putting a leg on the bed and being able to inset that leg so it has that modern look. Now for the center support. So for a full-size bed, which is this bed, or larger, a queen, a king, a California king, you definitely want something in the middle to support your mattress. For a king and a California king, I actually recommend 2 of these, but it gives you more legs, so more transfers of weight into the ground. So what I like to use for slats are 1x3 furring strips because they're very inexpensive, they're plenty strong enough, and they're easy to work with, and they're lightweight. But what happens when you have a full size and a queen size bed is you cut your 54-inch long pieces for your slats, and then you have this awkward leftover that's not big enough to span the entire bed. So I just throw them in there without cutting them in kind of halves, and that way you don't have a bunch of scraps left over, and it all kind of works out. So, and then I screw everything down. You don't have to go crazy here, but I'm using 1.25" self-tapping cabinet head screws. All ready for the mattress. All done. It looks amazing. So obviously the longest part of this whole build process was the mind change, and I decided at literally the last minute that I didn't really like the black stain in this particular room, and I painted all white. But I think the payoff was worth it because it kind of gives that light and bright room feel that is very appropriate for a 1.5-year-old little girl. So we're super happy with how the bed turned out. It's really sturdy, and you can make it even sturdier by just adding more supports in the middle, so it's very customizable. It is solid wood, so you can paint it or stain it any color of your choice, and I'm here to help you with the build. I have posted the plans for free for twin, full, queen, king, and California king, so just head on over there, download those plans, and build your own modern style bed this weekend. And I'd love to put out headboard plans and matching nightstand plans if you're interested. Leave me a comment and let me know that you would like to see that, and I'll see if I can make it happen. If you haven't already, please take a second to subscribe. We really appreciate our subscribers. Thank you if you already have. And stay tuned for next Monday's video. Thanks again and have a great week.
Mom, to comment to the Japanese channel.
Say bye.
Bye.
Say bye.
I'm happy.